You're listening to Cosmic Cousins Soul-Centered Astrology. I am your host, Jeff Henshaw. Thanks for tuning in. Cosmic Cousins is dedicated to honoring the interconnectedness of our universal family through embodied health, self-discovery, and deeper learning. And it is here to bring you back into alignment with the cosmos. So thank you for being here as always. Hey Cosmic Cousins, welcome back to another week of the podcast. Happy Leo full moon to you. We're right here in the heart of Aquarius season. And this episode is in honor of the Leo full moon. Just to give you a little bit of background, I am recording this from my baby niece's bedroom. She's 4 years old. I'm back in Virginia this week. I'm here to surprise my Aquarius mother for her 70th birthday. I don't think that she'll listen to this episode, so if she does, that will be a surprise for me. But I flew back, and I'm currently staying at my brother's house, and I am here in my niece's bedroom, which feels very Leo. Leo is connected to children and inner child healing, so this is the backdrop. And I'm hanging at home while everyone's at school and at work right now recording this episode, and I'm just hanging out with Dolly, the little puggle, beagle mixed with pug, and she's kind of fierce. She's a small dog. She's only 20 pounds, but she's been barking at me to go out and play, so I've been trying my best to balance work with play, which I think is something that Leo teaches us, and it's making me think of the Strength card in the tarot. This being present with a little fierce being, a little animal. Leo also rules over the animal kingdom. And this is making me think of the new lunar year that we're in, the year of the rabbit. So Leo, again, it's connected to the entirety of the animal kingdom. So it feels appropriate to honor the Chinese New Year on this Leo full moon. So happy year of the rabbit to you. The year of the rabbit is said to be a year of good luck, prosperity, and healing, and the rabbit has the ability to turn unfortunate events around. So connecting to that little bunny, the little rabbit, I'm actually was born in the year of the rabbit, so I'm having my return this year as I'm turning 36 in just a week and a half on Valentine's Day. Since there's 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac, you have your return every 12 years. And you have your full return with the element when you're 60 because there's 5 elements. And so this is the year of the water rabbit. So I'm wishing you a happy Lunar New Year. I'm also wishing you a happy Leo full moon. So we have a nice episode today. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this lunation and the current transits. We'll do a little bit of embodiment, of course, as always. But what I'm really excited about is to introduce you to Branwen Schaub, who is the special guest on the podcast this week. And I'm titling this episode based off of their talk. It's a Leo love letter from the heart, the courage to love pain and grief. And so that talk will come towards after the little talk I do and the meditation that I offer. So stick around for that. We'll talk about Leo's esoteric phrase. Branwen talks about the Strength card in the tarot and its connection to Leo, and also the spiritual gifts of Leo. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And so at this time, let's go ahead and bring our awareness to our body and our breath as we transition into connecting to this Leo full moon. Each time we gather, I will always offer you 3 phrases, and these phrases are here to help connect us to the lunation in which we're gathering under. And so if you're new here, welcome. We gather on each new and full moon. And this episode, this podcast, is an opportunity for you to come back home to yourself, to reconnect to your body, and also to honor nature and to the cosmic world that we live in. And so the phrases we have for the Leo full moon are I trust, I love, I behold. I trust, I love, I behold. And you can use these words as tarot prompts. You could pull a card for each of these phrases. You could use them as a journal prompt. You could elaborate on them and also use them as a launching pad for a deeper discussion with your loved ones. So I trust, I love, I behold. Leo is connected to the heart, so perhaps you place your hands at your heart center and take a deep, nourishing inhale in here. So this full moon, it's right in the heart of Aquarius season, which I think is cool when we're connecting to the heart. And this Leo full moon may bring an illumination and a conscious awareness to major shifts and changes that are occurring in your life and in the collective. So full moons, right? Emotions may feel heightened during a full moon. It is also a time where we may become more conscious and aware of things that are happening in our world. So be gentle with yourself and others. Aquarius season, it offers us an opportunity to zoom out and look at the big picture that's unfolding in our life. But Leo reminds us to come back into the present moment. So you may find this presence with Leo in the comforting conversation with a friend over fire. Leo is an interpersonal fire sign. So it is connected to those one-on-one, passionate, loving connections that we have. We might feel Leo in the warmth of a loved one's embrace. You also might find it through some sort of creative art or creative expression. Either way, whatever feels tender and raw on your heart, Leo full moon is asking us, how might we gift ourselves the space to allow it to express? So this Leo full moon, allow yourself to be vulnerable. Share your heart with a trusted loved one. You have a right to be seen in all of your glory and all of your messiness. This Leo full moon, it's on Sunday, February 5th at 10:28 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's found at 16 degrees and 58 minutes. So you can look to your birth chart around those degrees and see what is being illuminated on this Leo full moon. The esoteric phrase for Leo, you might want to write this down and meditate on it. It is, I am that, and that I am. And in the talk with Branwen goes deeper into this phrase and also shares that is capital. Leo's tarot cards, is strength, is what I like to call the soul growth card for Leo. The King of Wands, which helps us connect to the fixed fire of Leo. And then the Sun is one of Leo's cards too. The ruling planet for Leo is the Sun, and it feels really cool that this full moon is on a Sunday. Each of the 7 days of the week are named after the 7 visible planets and luminaries in the sky, and so we look to the day of the week that a full or new moon is on to give us some deeper insight, and so there's even more emphasis on the sun with this full moon being on a Sunday. So let's take a deeper look at this Leo full moon. With Saturn in the final degrees of Aquarius, there may be a more serious and sobering undertone to the overall flavor of this year's Aquarius season. Saturn has been in Aquarius since March of 2020, which has been a marker of social distancing. Saturn brings rules, Aquarius is the collective. But we're in the final degrees of Saturn being in Aquarius. And this is the final full moon with Saturn still in this fixed air sign. So there's an illumination to the lessons that we've learned over the past 3 years while Saturn has been in Aquarius. And on this full moon, there could be new opportunities to become more consciously aware around Saturn themes. This is reality, limitations, responsibility. And so for those of you with Aquarian placements, you are likely experiencing this transit more directly. For those of you with Leo placements, you've also been experiencing this. Leo and Aquarius are polar signs. So Saturn leaves Aquarius for Pisces in a month on the Virgo full moon. This is March 7th, 2023. So the next full moon, and actually the next new moon, the Pisces new moon in 2 weeks, we'll talk about Saturn entering Pisces more. So this Leo full moon, we're building momentum, right? This is the culmination of the month. This is like the climax of the month. Our deeper emotions take center stage. Leo is often connected to the stage, and the moon is our emotions. So our deeper emotions take center stage, and they invite us to become more intimate with the tender parts of our heart. Again, Leo is connected to the heart. So despite the reality and responsibilities of your current situation, how might you still make space for greater joy, love, and celebration? This is what Leo can teach us. So what within you is longing to be seen? What within you is longing to be heard, felt, and understood? And even though it may be painful or challenging, this Leo full moon encourages you to step up into greater vulnerability, to allow yourself to be seen, to face your fears, your shames, your insecurities with tender, loving compassion. So for some Leo embodiment, if you're able to lengthen your spine, you can feel your crown reach up towards the sky. Leo rules over the spine and also the crown. You can slightly tilt your jaw towards the sternum. Feel the elongation this creates in the back of the neck. And breathe new life into the occipital ridge. You can even put your thumbs right there at the occipital ridge. This is the two little divots in the back of the head. The occipital ridge is the trapezoid-shaped bone that houses the back part of the brain, and it's located at the lower back of the cranium. So you could press there, lengthen the spine, draw the chin towards the sternum, draw your shoulders slightly up, and then back down as the shoulder blades gently draw together. Allow yourself to open your chest. And then you can breathe the following Leo affirmations into your heart. So I'm going to list some of these affirmations, and we'll connect to the spine, the crown, and the chest. So here are our Leo full moon affirmations. Even if just for today, I completely and wholeheartedly love and accept myself. Let's say that again. You can breathe that into the heart. Even if just for today, I completely and wholeheartedly love and accept myself. Even though at times I may feel angry or embarrassed, I completely and wholeheartedly love and accept myself. Let's breathe that one in again. Even though at times I feel angry or embarrassed, I completely and wholeheartedly love and accept myself. I forgive myself. I approve myself. It's safe for me to be seen. I forgive myself. I approve myself. It's safe for me to be seen. I am lovable. I am beautiful. I am bold. Breathing those Leo full moon affirmations into the body. By connecting to the body, it helps bring our astrology practice down to earth. And speaking of earth, there's another notable aspect to this full moon that I'd like to highlight, and it's the fixed T-square that's created between Uranus and Taurus, the Aquarius sun, and the Leo full moon. So I find it helpful when meditating on transits as if it were an individual's birth chart. You think of the full moon chart as an individual's birth chart, and this offers a meditation on helpful ways to embody, to navigate, and to work with the energies available. So if this were a person's birth chart, this full moon chart would read as Aquarius sun, Saturn in Aquarius. This is a humanitarian individual with a great deal of responsibility towards equality and liberation for all. But we have this Leo full moon. So underneath the surface, the moon's what's going on underneath the surface. It's the deeper desires. There's a deeper desire to use one's warmth, humor, leadership, and radiance to build camaraderie within a group. But But then we have Uranus and Taurus that is forming a T-square here. So Uranus and Taurus, there's also this rumble, a rumble of rebelliousness and innovation. This is Uranus. When it comes to embodying one's values and worth, Taurus. So there's a tension that's created between these three fixed signs, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus, that we all might be feeling. And so the tension creating between these signs, it holds the potential for longevity, while at the same time it might speak to some sort of breakthrough or even breakdown. So some questions to reflect on is, how might you hold true to your greater humanitarian ideals while still creating a life that is joyful and radiant, Leo, and also abundant and sustainable? This Leo full moon wants to know. So ground into your body, let go of the need to have it all figured out, and one step at a time, I'm wishing you greater joy and love on this Leo full moon. And at this time, we're ready to transition into a talk by my dear friend, Branwen Schaub. So, in light of the Leo full moon, Branwen shares with us deep felt wisdom, and I've titled their talk, A Leo Love Letter from the Heart, The Courage to Love, Pain, and Grief. And in this mini lesson, Branwen connects us to the soul-centered attributes of Leo by exploring in depth Leo's esoteric phrase, Leo's card in the tarot's strength, and the spiritual gifts of Leo. A little bit about Branwen. Branwen Schaub is a dear student and friend of mine that completed a 6-month astrology mentorship with me this past year in 2022. Branwen identifies as the white passing daughter of a South Korean adoptee, a multi-generational astrologer, and a dog mother. She holds a PhD in mathematics and has been a dancer her whole life. Her big three are Pisces Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Leo Rising. Branwen has astrology, tarot, and somatic movement offerings available through her website. I've included a link in the show notes. And so at this time, let's listen to this talk by Branwen, A Leo Love Letter from the Heart, The Courage to Love, Pain, and Grief.
Hello everyone, and happy full moon in Leo. My name is Branwen Schaub. I am over the moon to be recording this special note for you all to hear on Cosmic Cousins. Jeff has been an amazing mentor and friend to me this past year. I really cannot recommend his mentorship practice enough, and I want to thank him personally for this opportunity to connect with all of you cousins across time and space. It feels very Aquarian to me and the perfect way to celebrate the season. I am a Leo rising myself, and I will admit there's a not so small part of me that is thrilled to have this type of stage to perform on for the first time. However, I hope my inner performance artist is tempered by my Pisces sun in the 7th house, and that what I have to share with you today feels empathetic, personal, and connected to the divine mystery in all of us. Leo rules the heart, and today I want to share a love letter I wrote for you. Yes, you. And when I say you, I also mean me. I really mean we. I hope that you walk away from this episode with a deeper sense of how spiritual the archetype of Leo is. I think that sometimes we get caught up in astrology memes, which are great, don't get me wrong, but being spiritual often gets stereotyped onto signs like Aquarius, Pisces, maybe Sagittarius. I believe every sign has a unique and powerful way of expressing the soul, and today I want to share with you my interpretation of Leo's contributions to this wheel. So without further ado, I'd like to invite you to sit back, center your breath, turn up the receptivity of your heart space just 1% more, and listen as I live out what I believe to be the essence of Leo rising by telling you how I love you. Dear loved one, there is Leo in your chart. Whether it's a house, a planet, a star, an asteroid, or a calculated point, there is Leo in your chart. A place where your light shines bright, where your creativity and inner child play with the utmost vigor. A moment where the veils between our hearts can thin and the divine in you can touch the divine in me. I see your radiance and I love it. I bask in it. Do you believe me? The esoteric phrase for Leo is I am that and that I am. That with a capital T. If you say it enough times in a row, you'll start to get dizzy. I am that and that I am. I am that and that I am. I am that and that I am. It's a never-ending loop. It feeds into itself like an infinity symbol. How appropriate then that Leo's tarot card strength is number 8, an infinity loop on its side. In fact, the Rider-Waite card depiction shows a young female caressing a lion, an infinity symbol floating above her head. English grammar makes it hard to bring non-linear ideas across, and I hope you can imagine when I say that with a capital T, it's as if my arms are waving to try and encompass everything. You, me, the tiny snail, the skyscrapers, the earth, space, time, and everything in between. When I tell you I love you, and that I am dazzled in the rays of your light, I am loving how you are that, and that you are. This is bound to make you, or at least some of you, uncomfortable. You might question whether you are worthy of love, or if, say, someone who has harmed others is worthy of this love. Are they also part of that with a capital T? I'm not here to spiritual bypass. I'm not here to gloss over the very real pains of the world. We can't love and light or good vibes our way to thinking everything is equal because everything is that with a capital T. There's a very tender balance here, a little infinity loop held in your hands as you balance the point between being human and being divine. To love something not for its qualities, not for its place on the scales of justice, but simply because it is part of that, is not trivial. You can't even begin to see this as a possibility without agreeing to embrace the grief that comes with being a human. We don't get to sidestep the difficulties of life and jump to everything is love for free. I couldn't snap my fingers and love my partner's cancer diagnosis. That's not realistic. It was terrifying to even consider loving cancer as part of capital T that. And I'm still not there. Yet the microscopic steps I've taken towards throwing my arms around a harsh reality and finding ways to love my experiences as part of that have set me free. To love something that threatens the comfort of the ego and its desires, for me, it's been the desire for my partner to live with me forever. To have love for this type of scary and painful thing, you have to let go of ego. In my heart of hearts, I believe this is the esoteric and even soul-level message of Leo. Leo is the opportunity to get down in the weeds with our heart and ask ourselves, how can I find the love in this? How can I let this experience, whether it be joy, sorrow, laughter, anger, grief, or hope, how can I let go of my ego's attachment so that any of these experiences can crack my heart open even further to love? It is so courageous to hold a terrifying lion close with a compassionate heart and believe that the result will be deeper love. The Strength card begins the second line of the major arcana. This is the journey of the spirit. We have stepped out of the chariot and we are preparing to light our lantern and take the voyage inward. The challenge is to hold dualism and non-dualism at once with courage on this journey. Leo is the strength to lovingly hold this paradox, this fierce, terrifying, awe-inspiring, twisting loop of being human and being divine. So, my dear listener, when I think of my Leo journey, as I rise into this sign of sun and play and creativity and heart and leadership, I know that it is my mission in life as being part of that with a capital T to love you and see the that in you. I hope that message finds resonance in your heart, and I wish you a very blessed full moon in Leo. I'll end by thanking everyone who has been on this journey with me, really all of whom I've met through some connection with Jeff. That would be tarot with Lindsay Mack, astrology with Anais Mystical Mandrake Root, body temple dance and somatics with Adriana Rislow, and the source of inspiration for tonight's love letter, my spiritual leadership training teacher, Harshita Wagner. Thank you and much love to you all.
That was such a resident talk by Branwen, and I'm so deeply grateful for them for sharing their wisdom. It's such an honor for me as their teacher and mentor to learn from them and to hear their words and their experience of the Leo archetype. There's so much in there to meditate on and marinate with, and I'm just deeply grateful for it. So thank you. I am wishing you a happy Leo full moon. I'm sitting here again. I'm in my niece's bedroom, and I'm just kind of looking around the room and just kind of in awe of the Leo synchronicities that I'm finding. One of them is there's a book in here that's called The Lion of Mars, and I guess it's some sort of children's book, but it looks more like a teen book. It's a little thicker, but I want to read the back of it to you because we know Leo is the lion, so I was just drawn to it. The Lion of Mars, and of course, since it's connected to a planet, I thought that was cool too. But this is what the back of the book says. I spent hours poring over the animal book. I loved learning about earth animals. They were awesomely strange. Like giraffes, why didn't they tip over with their long necks? Or snakes, how did they move since they didn't have legs? And penguins, did they really live on floating pieces of ice? But the lions were my favorite. How could I not love the big cats? They were social and lived in a group called a pride. They helped each other and raised their cubs communally. They sounded just like us. All our grown-ups had raised us together. One sentence stood out to me. Lions who are rejected by their pride do not survive long. This is connecting us to the animal kingdom of Leo. It's also connecting us to Aquarius with the group. And so the connection to community. And Leos do that. Leos and Aquariuses, they bring people together. Leo helps to build camaraderie within a group. And so reach out to those that you love. I'm also looking up here at this picture from Frozen, Elsa. What's Elsa's sister's name? Elsa, Frozen sister, Anna. That's right. Elsa and Anna. I always think of them as the Aquarius Leo polarity. Elsa, if you're familiar with the story, is the ice queen. She can turn things to ice, and she needs freedom. She leaves her home to rediscover her ancestral roots, and she rides horses. This very Aquarian, this love of freedom and the connection to the ice. But her sister, Anna, is the Leo archetype, has red hair, is brave and courageous, and ends up, I think, becoming a queen at some point. I can't fully remember the story, but I remember there was an episode years ago where I talked about Frozen, and particularly Frozen 2 is the movie that I'm speaking to. Really feels like the Aquarius Leo archetype, so I'm just kind of, laughing at this picture where both of these characters are gazing at me as I record this. And Dolly the Puggle is here with me, named after Dolly Parton. So, yes, I'm sending y'all all off with a lot of Leo love. Why don't we check back in with our phrases and our affirmations for this Leo full moon to just bring it all together in a nice infinity loop. So the phrases we have: I trust, I love, I behold. I trust, I love, I behold. Breathing those in, pulling a tarot card for each of these phrases. If you do, share them with me. Tag me on Instagram at cosmic.cousins. If you also value this podcast and also the work of the contributors who share, you could become a Patreon supporter of the podcast. That helps to support the production of the show and also allows me to pay our guest for their contributions. So to become a Patreon, you can click the link in the show notes, patreon.com/cosmiccousins. You can follow me on Instagram, cosmic.cousins. And if you would like a written transcript of these podcast episodes, I do send out newsletters on the new and the full moon, so you can sign up for the newsletter as well. I trust, I love, I behold. And our affirmations. Even if just for today, I completely and wholeheartedly love and accept myself. Even though at times I feel angry or embarrassed, I completely and wholeheartedly love and accept myself. I forgive myself. I approve myself. It's safe for me to be seen. I am lovable. I am beautiful. I am bold. Some updates from me. Right now I'm mentoring 7 different individual one-on-one students, but I do have space coming up this spring. So if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I'm currently taking applications for mentorships that will start in May of this year. I also have some openings for both astrology and tarot readings that are available for April and May. It'd be an honor to connect with you in that way. And if you're interested in learning more about the Chariot Tarot card and its connection to 2023, we're in a Chariot year. I have a Chariot workshop download that is available for purchase. There's also a link in the show notes for that. As always, I'm forever grateful for you and our community. Sending you a lot of love on this Leo full moon. Take sweet care, cousins, and remember, deep breaths.